Hey, kids from the Nook, it's Miss Emily.
And Rob.
And we're coming to you because we were supposed to have one more lesson together before our time was over. So I thought I would just bring it to you online. If you remember, we learned about 4 different Bible stories together. And then we were going to come together and we were going to remember and celebrate all of those lessons that we learned from the Big God story. So I'm just going to bring it to you anyway. So first, if you remember, we were practicing our remember verse. And I know Sophia and Austin, you were working really hard to remember that verse. If you can still do it, we still have something special to share with you. So if you can do it with me right now. Are you ready? The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. If you can do it, send us a video and we'll make sure that we still get you your special treat. I know you were working hard on that. Okay, so who remembers what part of the Big God story had a hot, crackling fire?
3 dudes got thrown into a fire.
That's right. I know Ben and Adriana really knew this story well. They'll remember that when King Nebuchadnezzar demanded that all the people bow down and worship a giant statue, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego would not do it. So the king threw them into a fiery furnace. But did they get burned?
No!
That's right. God protected them. And God protects us too. Sometimes even when we don't know it. So this part of the Big God story reminds us God protects. Okay, so who remembers, what does the lion remind us about the Big God story?
I think it's Daniel.
You're right, it is Daniel. I know that Logan knew this story pretty well, and so did Zoe. So, Daniel was thrown into the lion's den for praying to God, because he wouldn't pray to anyone else. But God protected Daniel from the people who wanted to kill him and from the lions, because God is more powerful than anything. There's no one like him. So this story reminds us, God is the living God. Okay, running shoes. Who remembers what these tell us about the Big God story?
I think it has something to do with the big fish.
I think you're right. Yes, I think this was the story that Madison knew very well. And so did Noah. That God had a message for Jonah to take to Nineveh, but Jonah didn't want to do it, and he tried to run the other way. But in this story, God saves. He saved the sailors that were in the storm. God saved Jonah from drowning by sending a fish. And God saved the people of Nineveh from their sins when they changed their behavior. So these running shoes can remind us that instead of running from God, if we turn to him, God will always love us and save us because God saves. Okay, we had one more story. What does the crown remind you of from the Big God story?
I think it's a queen.
That's right. Queen Esther. I can remember Zoe dressing up and doing a lot of dances when we learned about Queen Esther. So if you remember, Haman had this evil plan to kill God's people. But God worked through Esther and her cousin Mordecai to save his people. This part of the Big God story tells us that God saves. And he will save us too if we just call on him. So we had an art project that we had wanted to do with you, and we still think that you can give it a try at home. If you remember, Miss Amy had asked all of us in her lesson if we could do some things to spread kindness. So we have a project that we'd like you to try too. This is a project that sends kindness, and it's called the Scribble Stone Art Project. Scribble stones are intended to inspire creativity and spread happiness through collaborative art. So here's how it works. Find a stone and add some art, a scribble, a splatter, or a happiness heart. Then give it away and let someone know that this scribble stone makes happiness grow. It's so very simple and easy to do. Just add some more art and give it away too. So my son Austin made a scribble stone with me. See? Yeah. So we got a stone, and even though this comes from the book called Scribble Stones, even though that story isn't a Bible story, we thought we could add a Bible element, and we added, I am God's child. And then Austin helped me decorate it. So Austin, what are we going to do with this stone?
We are going to give it to the church so other people can see and do some art on it too. And then it'll probably go all the way around the world.
We hope so, right? We're going to pass it on and see if we can spread kindness as far as we can go. So we hope you do the same thing too. We have some stones for you to decorate, but you can always just find your own stone outside. See if you can decorate it and pass it on to someone to make their day. So we're so glad that we got to share our Remember and Celebrate lesson with you. Even if it wasn't in person, it was still fun to see you online. So keep listening to our Bible stories. We have more coming from some of our other teachers. So we're so glad that you are here with us online today. And we hope we'll be seeing you soon, but we'll be looking for pictures of more scribble stones and all the different ways that you're spreading kindness. See you soon.
Bye.
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 Bye.